Cuts the high slot, hangs on a quick shot, score! Onto the Sigma Milton Blair, in tight, tries to do Everett in the middle, quick shot, rebound, score! Catch up to the top of the circle, quick shot, and score! From the high midboards, it's in on net, loose, down the left-hand side, quick shot, in on net, and score! Rangers win! Rangers win! Rangers win!
Are you all set? We're all set. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1:15 on a Saturday afternoon, and it is quarterfinal time. It is now do or die, and our matchup this afternoon is the Halton Hills Thunder. If we take a look at where we are and things right now, you're going to see, look, we're in this column. We're right here. but there's a little bit of a story going on, so let me bring you up to speed. Look, if you take a look at right here, quarterfinals have already been played. Quarterfinal number 1, Center Wellington beat, there was no surprise, 6-1 over Flamborough. But in quarterfinal number 2, the Burlington Eagles Blue defeated Burlington Eagles Gold 4-2. Massive upset. That is seed number, what were they? That was seed number 8. Upset seed number 2. That is huge. And the implications of that are still unfolding. But what it means is now the high seed and the low seed play each other. So Wellington will play Burlington Blue, which means now semifinal number 1 is set. Semifinal number 2 will be set by the winners of quarterfinal 3 and quarterfinal 4. So it's us versus Halton Hills. The winner plays the winner of Milton versus Guelph. And the home team will be determined by the best seed of that pairing. So if Milton wins, if we win and Milton wins, we play in Milton. If we win and Guelph wins, we'll play at home hosting Guelph. So lots to unfold there. But right now, we have to focus on the team in front of us, and there's a lot going on. We played a couple of good games of hockey, a couple of loose games of hockey against this crew here, the Halton Hills Thunder, and they're one spot below us in the standings, right here. They're one spot below us in the standings, but in the playoff loop, if you take a look at the actual standings here, Halton Hills went 4-3-0. We went 7-1, so that's not indicative of how the season went. And what that looks like for us, I mean, yes, we beat them and in one game and then lost in another one, but we didn't play them for 3.5 months. So these two teams are very, very different. And what you're looking at in these loops is more indicative of how these teams are playing right now. Starting lineups tonight will be on the dot, Lambert, left side Fissel, right side Rakowskis. On D will be Little and Policelli. I'm just going to slide back to the marker here. It'll be Little and Policelli. And in goal tonight will be number 61, Mr. Jonas Schrankel. Boys will line up on the dot. We're just about set to go here. This is do or die. One game only. 2 15s in a flood. And it will come out with a winner. There will be no overtime today. So get it done, boys. We got to start out hot and on our toes. Puck is up against the midboards. Pull back into our zone. They try to get inside, down tight, down low. Big save as the puck bounced and got inside. Halton got inside of us, but Jonas was squared and ready. Tested early, stood tall. That'll give the boys a nice little boost. Quick line change. Kenty will be out. He'll have Chotar and Harvey on the wings. Up to the hash mark, stripped off the boards. Sent back into the zone, clip the referee. Kenty will take it around the back of the net, loses the handle. You can see right away that Halton is heavy on the forecheck in tight. You can see the press is coming right away on them. They are not sitting back. The moment it's into our zone, they are getting a player onto us right away. They are playing the gap really, really tight and not going to give us any space. They know their game plan. And the pressure is going to be uptight and high. As Halton goes back into their zone. Come with some speed down the right-hand side. They'll flip it to the open corner across ice. Up to the blue line. Goes off a body to the hash marks. Down to the right center and pass is broken up. Into the skates. Harvey down the right-hand side. They'll dump it into deep in the zone, and it'll be forced into a face-off as it dribbles in towards the goaltender. That'll get the face-off down low, 13:39. It'll be Fanasi on the dot, Stacy left, Iannachi right with Ingen 2 on the D-line. Puck goes down around the back of the net. Stacy catches up to it. He'll chip it back the other way. Up to the hash marks. It goes off a funny hop on the boards. Hits the partition, squirts right into the middle. Stacy will gather it. He'll come back up the blue line for 2. Quick shot in on net. Deflected. Off the feet. Out front. Oh, it deflected, but we couldn't get a handle on it to get a shot turn. Puck will go deep into our zone. Icing will be the call. 13-14. A little shout out to Carson here, buddy. I know you're not feeling well. Carson Reiser is out with a, well, you're sick. I get that you're sick. I was going to put you on the injury reserve list, but he hasn't been feeling well. Ear infections and the flu, the whole thing, and it's just taking him out. But that's all right, buddy. We got games on the schedule yet. We'll get you back in there. You take care of you, and then we'll see you real soon here. No doubt, boys. Clean up that 2-on-1 break coming back the other way. Down around the back of the net. Backhanded up to the blue line. Knocked down. Just hit over the line. We'll send it right back in. Little will come in and clean it up. He'll backhand it behind the zone. Into the feet. Feet! Into the end boards. Halton down in the corner. They'll curl down around the back of the net. Lambert gathers up the left-hand side. He'll skate it up through the neutral zone. Hangs on to it. Tries with the toe drag. Does. Quick shot. Short side. Puck is cleared away down to the hash marks where Kauskis will curl high in the slot. Out front. Quick shot off a leg. Bouncing puck. Will be cleared away up into the middle. Length of the ice. Arm in the air. Icing again will be the call. Halton is more aggressive on the forecheck than we are. It leaves them a little bit wide open, but they're aggressive about it, which puts us on our heels a little bit defensively. We want to get ahead of that right away. Quick shot. Down in the corner, Chotar will catch up to it. He'll slide it back up to Hiltz on the blue line. Shot from the point. Misses on the short side around the back of the net. Halton will go into the corner. They'll fire it high and into the netting. Down to the right, puck squirts out in the middle. Kenty will come back. Hoagie at the blue line. Shot goes off a leg all the way back. Wheel! Hoagie will catch up to it. Sorry for shouting into the mic. We're on this side. Right in front of the gate at the bench. Puck is squirted down around the back of the net. Hoagie will catch up to it. He's got a man on though. Cleaned up in the corner. Halton trying to move the puck. Chotar putting pressure on, puck squirts out in the middle. Hoagie will bang it off the boards. It comes high in the zone. Halton gathers, shot is deflected into the netting. They are closing the gap on us in our zone very, very quickly. Much quicker than the last time we played them. We have to react faster than that. They're going to take away our time and space, and they're not going to let up on it. That's going to be a relentless pursuit from them all afternoon. We have to adjust to that right away. Puck comes up to the blue line, into the feet. Up over the line. Fanasi down the left-hand side. He will dump it in deep. Far side corner for Iannachi. He'll come back around the back. Puck will go in the corner. Stacy will get there first. He'll turn on it, keep it tight in the corner. Fanasi chips it off the boards. He'll grab it at the back of the net. Circles, looking for an option. Backhands it through, just out of the reach for Iannachi. Iannachi will catch up to it. They'll bring it up to the blue line. Got hung up on the blue line there, but the boys gather. Easton will clean it up and take it around the back of the net. Puck comes up to the blue line, not out, down in the corner. Fanasi up for Stacy. Stacy up for Iannachi in the middle. Puck bounces a little tiny bit. They'll gather and try it again. Dumped in deep. Easton will catch up to it down in the corner. Chipped ahead by Fissel from Easton. Up at the blue line, puck squirts loose. Stacy giving chase down low in the corner. They'll be forced all the way back around their net. Sent all the way down around the back of our net. Policelli will get there first. He'll ring it on the boards up for Fissel. Just out of reach. They catch up to it in the neutral zone. Lambert will gather. He'll come down the left-hand side. He'll grab the blue line. Keeps it out wide. Hangs on. Bottom of the circle. Center and pass is deflected. Little catches up to it. Tangled up with the referee. At the blue line, Halton down the left-hand side. They dump it, but they get pushed to the outside perimeter. They maintain control down around the back of the net, center and pass. Halton cycling outside. They'll come up to the blue line. It's broken up. Quick shot in on net. Schrenkel with the save. At the blue line. Back and forth a couple times. It'll go around the back of the net. Policelli will come up the boards. Halton screams in on the wing. They maintain possession down in the corner. Halton comes out short side in tight. Loose puck, rebound, cleared away by the D line. And Fissel will send it all the way down in on net. Cleared away. Halton goaltender. Pushes over to the corner. Kenty catches up to it. He'll fire deep into the zone. We're waiting on wingers to get in as we win for line changes. Puck is deep in the corner. Kenty creating a problem down there, keeping that puck in the zone. Working the mid-boards. Puck is at the blue line. Squirts out and up. Halton trying to push it forward into the feet. Hiltzy down in the corner. Hills goes in to pick up the corner. In the corner as it gets pushed back the other way. Deflected. Squirts out into the corner. Halton trying to center it out front. Kenty will clear it away. Puck squirts up into the middle. Hoagie gets a piece of it, enough to clear it up to the blue line. Not out. Halton at the blue line. Cross-ice feed to the open wing. Harvey will catch up to it. Up for Kenty in the middle. Quick shot goes off a leg. Harvey at the hash marks. Halton down the left-hand side. Squirts out in the middle. You can see now that Ing will fire that puck in deep around the back of the net. Goes off the end boards. Puck comes up the middle. He's on, he's on, he's on! It's icing. Well, I wasn't sure yet. He was slow with his hand. They had an inside angle. On the dot, Financier. Down in the corner. Sweeps it back the other way. Into the feet, squirts out into the neutral zone. Ing will gather in the neutral zone. Stacy grabs the loose puck. He'll curl to the far side. He'll kick it back to the D. The D will curl and settle up. Broken up in the neutral zone. Referees, skates have been playing a factor here the last couple of break-in attempts. Quick shot in on net, hits the side of the net. Two will gather as he goes around the back. He'll stall, go back the other way. Turn in the neutral zone, broken up. Missed on the hit there. They get loose and inside. Down in the corner, centering pass will come right to the net. And Schrenkel will cover it up. And we'll try to get reset. Both teams are still trying to feel each other out here just a bit. Face off down to the left to Schrenkel. Off the window, high, bounces up over the line. Trying to get loose with it, but they can't. Gets turned back, Policelli will gather as he goes below the goal line. Kicks it over for Lambert. Lambert up for Rukowskis. Rukowskis loose down the middle, in tight, sweeps it. Oh! Rukowskis hits hits him with the changeup as it got tangled up high in the slot, and he pulled it through, and while he was recovering the puck, he shot it and swept at the same time and got the goalie in between setups almost and kind of hit it with that bit of a changeup. It sweeps in on the far side down low, and we will be on the board with the 5:28 remaining in the first. Fiscal will grab the puck coming back the other way. He'll swing to the left, bottom of the circle, curling. Stays with it. They're fighting in the corner. Needs some help. Puck comes up to the hash marks. Lambert gathering, swifts it over. Can't quite get it there. Holmgren will fire it in, but it's delayed offside. Rakowski's lost an edge, so he needs to recover. Coming back the other way. Bouncing puck will dribble in on net. Schrenko will leave it. Down in the corner, Halton runs into the referee. Puck gets caught up in the Zamboni door. Hoagie will coming back the other way. Skate it! Skate it! Into the feet. Puck is loose. Kenty will help out. Puck squirts out in the middle. Chotar trying to get it over to Harvey, but couldn't quite get it all the way across. It gets sent into the zone. Hiltz will gather. Holgerboom will gather around the back of the net. We got 4 minutes remaining in the first. Harvey trying to slide that puck up for Kenty. He's tied him in the feet. Puck squirts loose. Hoagie grabs it. He's got a man on. He'll fire. Miscues on the fire around the boards. Trotar will step in to give him a hand. You let me know if I'm in your way, right? Quick shot in a net, tipped wide and rebound. And they score with the answer at 3:44. Point shot came from the right side. It was tipped. He handled the tip, but the rebound popped out. We weren't able to clear it away fast enough from the crease area. They banged in the rebound on the back door. So 3:44 in the first. This is a tie game. Back to center ice. Broken up. Stacy pushes over for Iannacci. Iannacci will backhand it into the zone. Fonacier gives chase. Puck goes down around the back of the net. Turn back, passes into the skates, bouncing puck up into the neutral zone. Ing will get there first. He'll go off the boards. Doesn't get it out. Quick shot in on net, and Schrenko will hang on to it. Face-off will be to the left of Schrenko. Back up the blue line. Quick shot down on net. Schrenko will grab it right away. They'll reset, run that back from the same corner again. Over on the left-hand side, Stacey gets enough of it, trying to move it along, and then squirts back over to Eason. Eason coming up the right-hand side for Iannacci. They put pressure on. Turn back at the blue line. Halton trying to get it over the blue line. Play is broken up on the outlet. Sent around the back of the net at the hash marks. Two pushes up for Stacy in the middle. Stacy will gather. It's a 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Stacy was shot in off the blocker. They keep it down in the end boards. Rakowskis will hold the zone. He'll turn top of the circle off the dot. Quick shot, scores on the far side down low. Rakowskis with goal number 2 at 2:23. We had just peeled off, get a couple of guys out for a line change. There was a little bit more space. He had lots of room to curl, picked up the loose puck as he maintained possession of the zone, shot from the bottom of the circle on the off wing to the far side low corner. And that'll put us out in front by 1 with 2:23 remaining. Rakowskis gathers. He'll slide it up to the midboards in the neutral zone. Off the glass, hits partition, funny hop, squirts out into the middle. Policelli off the window. Pardon me. Shot in deep around the back of the net. Little will catch up there first. He'll move it over for Policelli. Down around the back of the net. Out front. Fissel grabs the loose puck. 2-on-2 coming back the other way. Into the feet. Rakowskis. Bottom of circle. Quick shot loses the handle. Maintains possession. Into the feet. Lambert chips it ahead. Rakowskis back over for Fissel. They maintain possession and they maintain the onside even though Rakowskis was on his knees. Quick shot from the short side. Round the net. Funny hop out to the middle. Hogaboom will gather it as we roll up on the last minute. Feet! Puck is sent in deep. Hiltzy will gather around the back of the net. He'll chip it over for Hogaboom. Chotar will slide up to it. He looks up the middle, rolls ahead on him. He gets back in the play, breaks it up, and eliminates that guy from the play. But they're going to call him on it, and I don't think there's a call there at all. Do they call it on Chotar, or are they sending him? Why'd they stop the play then? If there's no penalty call, why did they stop the play? All right, I will not complain about officiating. Offside is the call. Was it a hand pass? Thank you. All right, I missed it. There was a hand pass on the play when the player went down. Just outside the blue line, Kenty pushes it up into the zone. Halton on around the back of the net. Kenty and Chotar providing pressure. Back up into the zone. Into the feet. Puck gets loose down in the corner. Kenty catches up to it. Trying to get out of the zone. Into the corner. Players go down, 5 seconds, just time for them to make a play, but we come away with it, sweep it up top in the zone, and that'll do it as time will run out in the first period. Players will make their way back over to the benches. Time of the goals were 5:28 in the first by Rakowskis, unassisted, then Halton answered at 3:44, and then at 2:23, Rakowskis once again unassisted, and that puts us up 2-1. And that is where we stand. There's a little bit of, what's that? Yeah, there's a good crowd. There's shot count in the first period was 11 for Halton and 8 for Oakville, and that's indicative of what we were talking about earlier, where they are closing the gap on pressure. They've forced a few turnovers. They've done a few things to us there that they didn't do in the past, but they're forechecking and closing the gap to contact really aggressively. So we'll see now if we have an answer for that in the second period. They're not going to stop doing that. We just need to hustle to that loose puck and make that pass one moment, a half step quicker. Just a little bit more hustle, and don't sit on it quite so long, and give them an opportunity to do that. Back in center ice, and second period is underway. Fanase, Ianacci, and Stacy up front. Back down in our zone, Policelli will move it up for Stacy on the wing. That gets knocked off the puck. Puck squirts out in the middle. Broken up in the neutral zone. Stacy will fire it ahead, down deep in the zone. Fanase will give chase. He'll get there first. He'll evade the hit down in the corner, trying to push it over. Puck goes high up the window at the line. It's kept inside. Stacy will gather, trying to move it over for Fanase, but it was in behind him. Fanase breaks up the play. Puck stays down in the corner off the window high, down to the opposite side. Halton will gather all the way down. Puck comes out into the zone. They will clear it up Stacy picks up the loose puck in the middle. Wheel! Stacy down the left-hand side, quick shot, and no rebound, and that will get us a face-off down low. I like that. They knew their shift was dead. Their legs were dead. They didn't have a forecheck left in them. Fired in on net, forced the face-off down in position, deep in their territory. Now win the draw, which is exactly what we did. Quick shot, in on net, loose puck, rebound, scores! That was Lambert. Yep, Lambert. On the rebound, unassisted. That is exactly why you want deep zone faceoffs, and that was executed to a T right off the draw. I love it. Halton coming back the other way. Down around the back of the net. Squirts up to the hash marks. Bouncing puck out in the zone. Rakowskis has it roll off his stick. He's going to gather and turn all the way back down into our territory. Puck squirts up into the neutral zone. Rakowskis pushes it ahead for Fissel. Fissel trying to split the D. Rakowskis trying to follow it up. Puck rolls on him up into the neutral zone. Hoagie will play it into the linesman. Bouncing puck at the red line. Halton trying to move that puck deep in the zone. They finally do. Rakowskis will get there first though. He'll swing it around to Hiltzy on the far side. It bounces on him and comes up to the blue line. Tangle up here in the zone. Hoagie goes far side, bank pass for Rakowskis, chips it off the boards, trying to get inside. He does. Bottom of the circle, down low, backhanding up front. Doesn't make it through. Fissel trying to move it out for him. And the goaltender appears to be laboring there as he was split across the post. Maybe he got tangled up on his knee. He seems to be favoring the left side a bit. Referees will give him just a moment to see what he needs. The trainer has not yet come out. He says he's good. He waves off the trainer like a pro. No, well, that's the way the boys are. And I was like, I don't need anybody coming out. All right, Kenty's going to take this draw. Chotar right side, Lambert left side, 2, Ing on D. Quick draw, shot, and held. Quick face-off will get that right back into the same spot. Kenty again wins the draw. Nope, gets hung up on the dot. Halton comes away with it. Tied up on the hash marks. Kenty digging for it. Puck is looped up out in the middle. Halton will get there first. Ing will break up the play with the body. I like that. Center and pass out front into the feet. Chotar comes away with it. He'll slide it up for Harvey. Harvey's got Kenty with him. Quick shot in on net, gloved and held. And once again, we'll get a face-off down low and in their zone. Fresh legs out for everybody. Fonace will take it. Ianacci, Stacy, Little, Policelli. Face-off is won by Fonace. Stacy down the corner. He'll push it back for Ianacci. A puck rolled on him. Up out into the zone. Halton down the right-hand side, trying to feed it ahead. Knifed off into the corner by Shrenko. Ianacci coming back down to the right-hand side. He'll fire it in deep around the corner. Halton gathering out of the corner. Puck is loose. Broken up in the neutral zone. Ianacci has it on the hash marks. Fired in on net. Shrenko will hang on to it. Keeping the lines moving nice and fast today. Short shifts for everybody. Face-off will be down and to the right of Shrenko. Behind the slot, quick shot in on net, deflected wide. Off the glass, Rakowskis will catch up to it. Bouncing puck comes up and out of the zone. Halton banks it off the boards around the back of the net. Out front, center and pass by Lambert. Broken up, they try it again. Bouncing puck, bottom of the zone. Backhanded out and down into our defensive territory. Hogeboom got tangled up. He went in the boards pretty hard there. Seems to be okay. Play continues on. Puck squirts up and out and into the neutral zone and will be right on. Nope, misses the net just slightly, so icing will be the call. Where's Hoagie? I'm just keeping an eye on him as he goes back to the bench. He does take a seat for a second, and they'll talk to him, and trainer's going to come over and look at him. But he continued on his shift, so they'll just let him catch his breath. I think he'll be okay. Face off down. So the wingers were jousting back there. We got kicked out of the circle as a result. Chotar takes a draw. We win it, though, back down in the corner. Easton will push it up for Harvey on the boards. He'll slide it ahead, tries to hit Chotar, bounced off his stick. We have to regather. Halton back down the other way, down around the back of the net. Halton gets first touch. They'll chip it back the other way. Ing will gather. He's looking up ice, trying to feed it, but it rolls ahead on him before he could really push the pass he wanted. And we're going to have an icing call. That'll push the puck in their zone. Fonacier will take the draw. Back for Stacy. Stacy up for Policelli. Policelli will fire down into the zone. Wraps around to the open wing. Little moves it across. Fonacier trying to keep it there. Puck squirts loose and up into the netting. Face-off will still be deep in their territory as it was shot out by a Halton player. Fonacier on the draw. Halton gathers off the draw. Shot across the open corner. Iannacci catches up to it. He'll fire it back the other way. Stacy catches it. Removes his player. Gets sent over to the open corner. We maintain possession for a second. It gets bounced up out into the zone. Chip back the other way. Loose puck. Iannacci deflects the dump in. Little over for Iannacci. Iannacci chipped ahead for Lambert. Lambert down the right-hand side. Iannacci follows it up, trying to keep pressure on that line. Halton back the other way. Gets broken up on the outlet. They'll fire it in, held on the blue line by Stacy. Lambert coming back the other way. He'll keep the pressure on, high in the zone. Hangs on, quick shot, on net, gloved and held by the Halton goaltender. And once again, we'll get a face-off down low. We have had an exceptional number of face-offs down low. Once because the shots are coming from that area, but also that goaltender is not giving up a lot of rebounds. So he hangs on to stuff, and we're putting the pressure on down low. That's getting us lots of offensive zone face-offs, one of which we've already scored a goal on. Into the hash marks, Fissel, into the boards. Oh, it's just out of reach. He was trying to gather on it. He'll chip it down into the corner. Good to see Hogeboom right back out on the ice. Didn't miss a shift at all. Puck is ringed around the boards, far side. Hoagie gets there first. Pushes the puck deep into Halton territory. Rakowskis pins it up in the boards. Lambert comes in to give him a hand. Player goes down. Keep digging, boys. Keep digging. Keep digging. Out front, right there, Fissel. Oh, just over the crossbar. Fissel gathers again. Another quick shot. Lambert trying to center it. Goes back down in the corner. Sweeps it back. Lambert trying to move it again. Fissel on the backhand. Oh, that was a nice little flurry right there. I like the sustained pressure.
Fissel had 3 shots in 1 minute.
Yeah, Fissel, I think there's 3 there. And they're all quality shots from down low. That's good sustained pressure. Just keep digging, and digging. Kenty will take this draw. We got 8 minutes remaining in the third. Shot goes in on net, deflected into the open corner. Kenty will slide it up for Harvey, but it doesn't make it. Chotar, quick shot deflected just wide. Up to the blue line. Bouncing puck gets over the stick of 2. Ing will skate it around the back of the net. Trying to move it up for Kenty. Gets sent all the way back the other way. Harvey, cross ice feed for Chotar, but it was just out of reach. They maintain possession in the neutral zone. Will dump it in. Gets halfway down the zone. Halton will go around the back of the net with it. Ing will gather in our territory. He'll backhand it up into the neutral zone. Harvey slides it across for Kenty, but delayed offside. We couldn't touch it. Chotar takes his man on the play. Harvey gets it up the middle. Quick shot in on net. Big rebound there. Squirts off to the hash marks. Kenty will fire it in around the back of the net. Halton will dump it out and down the ice. Icing will be the call at 6:36. Fresh legs out again. Fonacier on the dot. Sent all the way down. Policelli. Puck up in the zone. Stacy in the slot. Quick shot. Shot gets deflected. They'll go around the back of the net. Center and pass gets broken up. Physicality is ramping up a little bit. Fonacier trying to push it across. Halton gathers, curls, broken up, plays redirected towards the net. They didn't get much on it, but it does force a face-off at the 5:56 mark. Bouncing puck on the draw, comes back up to the blue line. Hilty, he'll send it around the back of the net. Lambert, down the left-hand side, hangs onto it, puts a button hook on, looks for the trailer, couldn't get it to him, feeds it to Rakowskis down low. He'll come in and try to shovel it in on the short side, gets it back. Center and pass, in on net, loose puck, rebound. Oh, there was a scramble in the blue ice. Halton trying to get out of the zone. They gather the puck down the right-hand side. Quick shot, nice save by Shrenko. It'll come back up and high in the zone, cleared away. Skips across to the open corner. Halton, low, short side, tried the backhand, just missed the crossbar. High in the zone, Fissel will come away with it. He's got Rakowskis. Far side, passes a bit behind him. He'll gather, quick shot, big rebound. High in the zone, Halton will gather down the left-hand side. They tried the toe drag, but it ran deep. And Shrenko will clean it up and hang on to it. So that'll put your face off down and to the right of Shrenko. Kenty will take the draw. Into the feet. 2 gathers down the right-hand side. He's skated forward. Gets broken up in the neutral zone. Swept ahead and then turned back and sent into deep Oakville territory. Up to the blue line. Halton will take the draw. And once again, the jostling on the wings has the referee kicked us out of the circle. That's twice that's happened now. We got to be paying attention to that. Quick shot in on net. No rebound by Shrenko. On the draw, into the dot. Stacy will grab it on the left-hand side. Trying to get loose. Gets held up. They get it deep in their territory. Puck will go to the far side. Sorry, if you're hearing music playing, it's because the next team coming in are trying to have a party down in front of the bench. And so it sounds like us playing house music, but they've got a big speaker down there and they're being a little bit on the interfering side of things. Policelli gathers deep in our zone. Quick shot, short side. Puck popped up, Shrenko will gather. Lots of activity, lots of physicality, lots of chirping, lots of yeah, try that again kind of attitude starting to show up late in this game as clock pressure is starting to become a thing, as we are now just 3.5 minutes remaining in the second period. That 2-goal lead, though, is not a lead that you can rest on. 2-goal leads are some of the worst leads in hockey. They give you that false sense of security and you start playing on your heels a little bit and teams will make you eat that in a hurry. You need more insurance. You need to stay on your toes, sustain pressure through the end of this period 100% and get into the dressing rooms, maintaining that lead. Do not give up any extra inches on the ice at all. Nice push off into the corner there. Policelli does a good job on D. Oh, I don't think so. Who did they call? Because they called it a hook. Oh, it's on Little. It wasn't about this play at all. It wasn't the hook down in the corner. It wasn't the hit that Policelli did. It was Little after the fact got pulled up on the hook. So, with 3:18 remaining, we'll now be shorthanded for 2. So what I was saying just a moment ago now becomes even more important. We have to do a good job of getting this kill off. Puck comes high in slot. Halton will gather up at the blue line. Top of the circle, quick shot. Block it away by Shrenko. Hills goes down into the corner. Puck comes back up the blue line. They'll kick it to the hash marks. Down below the goal line, back to the hash marks. Up to the blue line. Fisso keeps pressure on it, pushes them to the outside. They try the other side. Go back and forth, passes a bit deep on them. Trying to sweep it, cleared out, away, side of the net, saved by Shrenko, patted off into the corner, tied up. Oh, how is that not a call? They're having the stick being held for ages. Fisso comes down the right-hand side, cuts to the middle, quick shot into the pad. That'll get a face-off down low. Now, the referee was standing right in front of him. The Halton player wrapped his arm around the stick, I believe, was it Lambert? And held it in the corner for a full 3 to 4 seconds, and there was no call on that play. Now, wake up, guys. Call the game or don't call it. I suggest you call it. Kenty on the draw. Down around the back of the net. Push in and deep in their zone. Now they'll come out going for a skate up the middle. Broken up. Puck goes across the top of the zone, in towards the net, and will be held by Strenko, and that'll get us to 44 seconds remaining in the penalty and 2:02 in the period. Face off down low. Fonacier will take the draw. Puck comes down, bottom of the circle. 2 will gather. Fan on the shot, so he couldn't get it off in time. So he pinned it up against the boards. Halton down around the bottom of the net. He's still creating a problem for him, and now he comes away with it. Nice job, high up the board. Puck gets past. Nice job, Easton Buddy. I'm not giving up on that play there at all. Sweat back the other way. Halton coming up the left-hand side. Fonacier with a nice hit. Cleared away into his feet. He'll kick it over for Fissel. Fissel will dump it in deep. Penalty has been killed. 1:15 remaining in the period. Puck comes back up the blue line. Harvey will chip it back in. Fissel will gather at the hash marks. Sweeps it out front for Harvey. Couldn't turn on it. Halton coming down the other side. Kenty breaks up the play in the neutral zone. Hiltzy chipping it ahead. Broken up. In the neutral zone. Chotar down the right-hand side. Tries to feed it over for Kenty. Quick shot. Nice rebound. Harvey back the other way. 40 seconds remaining. He'll go far side. Pass is picked off. Halton coming down the other way, but they clean it up with the 4-on-1. Chotar high in the zone. And that is going to be a penalty for 2 minutes on interference to number 21. Best will be in the box as he tied up Kenty right in front of their gate. Tried to pass it off as getting tangled up in the line change. Ref saw through that. Face off down low. 27.7 seconds remaining. Puck comes back up to the blue line. Little fires it down for Fissel. Fissel curls in the corner. Gets played to the opposite corner. They get a piece of it and they'll fire it the length of the ice. We got just time for one short play. 5 seconds. Burkowskis, but he'll run out of time as the second period draws to a close. When we come out, we will be on the power play for a minute and a half. But right now, everybody is going to take their time and make their way over to the benches and then into the dugout, into the dressing room while the Zamboni comes out and gives us a fresh scrub. So before the guys go back into the bench, nice work there, boys, nice work. So let me just recap a couple of things here. So, I know I started off talking about this stuff. I'm just going to recap it. Shots in the second period, we now outshot them 14-11 for 22 apiece total. Thank you very much. Much better second period. We closed the gap to contact quite a bit better in that period. Now, there's a lot of stuff Coach Nick is going to want to clean up. They'll get in the dressing room. They'll take care of that stuff as quickly as they can. So while I have a second, let me just recap the scenarios that we're facing here now, because this is a fast-moving target. You good there? So what we're looking at here now is we're playing quarterfinal number 3 against Halton Hills. Number 1 and number 2 have been played, like I talked about earlier. Massive upset there as the 8 seed upset the number 2 seed. Gold is out, blue is in. Wellington won their game, so now Wellington will play Burlington Blue as the high seed, low seed matchup. You can see right here when we look at the quarterfinals, it's highest remaining versus lowest remaining. So that is those guys. So semifinal number 2, that is what we're playing for. And that is right here between us and Halton and Guelph and Milton. The winner of these two games now will play semifinal number 2. It will come out of this. The only thing that will change will be, according to the matchup, who hosts the home game. So, assuming that we come out on top for a hypothetical scenario, because I'm not going to flirt with the hockey gods at all, if we are lucky enough to win this game, we will play the winner of Guelph and Milton. If Milton wins, Milton being the higher seed will be the host team. If Guelph wins, we being the higher seed, we would be the host team for the semifinal. And that game will be played somewhere, that series now. Remember, the semifinals is the best 2 out of 3. So that will be played between March 16th and March 21st. Halton is going to come back out on fire here this afternoon. There will be no ties here today, and I'm not sure why this just stalled on me. Here it comes. Not sure why it stalled. Oh, that sucks. Pardon me. All right, never mind. All good, and all good. So, with all that in mind, Coach Nick is keeping a very close eye on the scenario that we are in and protecting that lead. But we don't want to sit back and just get on our heels. We have to stay on our toes and get a fresh game in early. So, with that in mind, the Zamboni is going to make his loops. We're going to throw this over for a quick ad spot. Say thank you to our sponsors while we can. And we will be back to you in probably 6 or 7 minutes. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll chat with you in just a minute. shiny. Coaches have set their game plans for the final 15 minutes. And we will start off with a power play with 1:33 remaining. Name of the game right now is focus. Do not get complacent about anything. You stay on your toes. You play as hard as you can for sustained pressure. You close the gap to contact and do not give up anything. No extra inches, no extra strides. You work your tail off. You work your whole season to get where you are. Don't take your foot off the gas now. We got 15 minutes of fury coming at you. Puck is dropped, kicked back down into our zone. Policelli will get there first. He'll sweep it ahead. Puck gets sent in behind. We're just a little bit... I'm not sure what happened there. The ice is very wet down there, and I think the puck stalled a little bit on one or two of those slides across the crease and messed up the timing, and I don't know what happened, but let's just ignore that. Nothing came of it, so let's just ignore that for a second. We'll get some fresh legs out. And for some reason, for the umpteenth time this year, everybody lined up on the wrong official. The linesman drops the puck, boys. Puck comes back to blue line as Halton wins the draw. They will take it out of their zone. They're on the PK right now. They got 50 seconds remaining. Tied up at the hash marks. Centering pass out front. Push to the perimeter. I got to tell you, we're looking a little bit flat. And that is not the way we want to start a period right now. We have got to get back on it and start getting after it right away. Holgerboom down, quick shot, in on net. Puck squirts out, man on, man on, man on. Hiltzy will gather. He'll go off the boards. Up for Harvey. Harvey will gather. He'll skate the neutral zone. Down the low, Kenty. He'll come back up the blue line. Hoagie will fire it in deep. Gets deflected off into the corner. Kenty gets a piece of it. Chotar steps in to give him a hand. He'll keep the puck deep in the zone. Puck comes out high against the blue line. Hiltzy will bang on it, but it squirts up over the line. Puck squirts up in the neutral zone. Back to even strength here now as Halton will gather and come up the middle. Chotar does a good job with the poke check from behind to break up the play. Down in the corner. Halton gets a piece of it, goes far side and around the other open corner. Broken up at the hash marks. Harvey trying to get loose. He'll slide it just ahead, but not out. Halton down in our corner. Fanase will grab the puck. He'll come out and he'll be skating. He'll go cross ice feed. Careful. And offside is the call. That's what I was yelling careful about. It went off the bank and bank pass and just kind of messed with the timing a little bit. All right. I don't know what the coach needs to say to them right now, but if I was them, I'd be kicking them under the benches because we came out flat and this does not look like us and you need to fix this right now. Because we are not playing our brand of playoff hockey for these first 3 minutes. So center, down in the corner, Ianacci trying to work it. Fanase there trying to help him out. 2 will sweep it. Stacy breaks up the pass. With the body, puck goes down the corner. 2 will work the hash marks. Puck comes up into the feet. Down in the end boards. 2 sweeps. He'll come back the other way. Back up to Ianacci. Puck squirts by on the blue line. Into the feet. They need to move that puck forward. Puck goes all the way down. Icing is waved. Fonacier will give chase around the end of the back of the net. Back up the blue line for Ing, but it squirts loose. Rakowskis luckily was there to break up the play. Up for Stacy. Didn't get anything on the shot, but it dribbled towards the net. So we'll take the face off and get a reset. Boys, we're heading to the bench. Fresh legs, Lambert, Rakowskis, Fissel, Policelli, and Little. Bouncing puck is Fissel. Bottom of the circle, centering pass. Oh, redirected by Rakowskis. Misses on the short side. Halton coming back the other way down the left-hand side. Little there. He's got the edge on him, though. Little breaks up the play. Good job to stay with it. Banging off the boards ahead for Fissel. Just out of reach, but he gathers just enough. Quick shot in on net. And the goaltender will have to hang on to it with 10:36 remaining. Kenty on the dot. Comes back to Harvey. Harvey back to Kenty in the short work there. Harvey trying to stay with it. Scores to the far side. Man on, man on, man on! Push over to the open corner. And Shrenko will smartly grab it and say, I don't like the way that's working out there, and let's just breathe. That is the most important thing you can do right now, is breathe and stay on your game plan. Don't let things rattle you. Mistakes will happen, you'll get beat, but don't get rattled. The thing that's going to happen right now is, because we're leading, clock pressure. Quick shot, cleared away, another shot, scores! As Halton gets one at the 9:52 mark of the third period. I was just saying that anything can happen, and no matter what happens, you have to stay true to your game plan. Now, we came out flat in the third period. If we continue to stay flat, they will continue to give us trouble. Okay? Get back on our toes. A 2-goal lead gives you a false sense of security. That's gone now. You got to go hustle, and you got to work for every single thing that you get out of it, because a 1-goal game is dangerous. 9:31 is a lot of hockey to be played. This is your whole season. Get your butts in gear and play hustle hockey. The clock is going to be a real thing for Halton right now. The lower those minutes go, the more desperate they're going to want to play. And we're going to want to play on our heels and protect it. You can't do that. You have to stay aggressive. You have to stay smart, but you have to stay aggressive. Quick shot across the top of the crease. Stacy can't get the shot off with the poke check. Back up the blue line. They'll send it back in the zone. Stacy will move it across. Puck gets deflected. Fonacier breaks it up. Pass doesn't connect there. Tipped at the blue line. They maintain the zone. Stacy centering and pass out front. Doesn't get to Fonacier, who's waiting, but it got interrupted along the way. Eason back. He'll go around the net. He'll put the hook on. Iannacci will come out the other side. Pass ahead, rolls. Halton on the right-hand side. Get in there! Get in there! Sorry, I'm yelling in the microphone, but Fonacier, he'll slide the puck around to the far side. It skips just past them, though. Goes off the skate. Deep down in the corner. We're playing flat, guys. Come on. Lambert pushing the puck up over the zone. Push ahead, Rakowskis. Down the left-hand side. Bottom of the circle. Center and pass. The puck skipped high. Hilt, Little, knife, takes a shot, gets sniped across. That big hit here in front of us there. A lot of the coaching staff on the other side really wanted to call on that. They're a little bit irate over there right now. Puck squirts up into the neutral zone. 7.5 minutes remaining in this game as icing is the call. 3-2 is the score. Nobody's going to make it easy for you. You have to fight for it. Get on your toes and stay on your toes and fight. Kenty will take the draw. The referees are over at the bench. The coach has called them over asking why there was no call on the play here in front of us. Now the player went into the boards hard, but at the time of contact, I don't think he turned his back. I think he got into the shoulder. It's just as he was hit, he went in awkwardly and it looked like a boarding call. But if you're lateral to it, I think he got a little bit more shoulder than the guys over there first thought. I'd have to see it on the replay to see if I read that right. All this stuff happens quick. A technical has been issued. That discussion on the bench resulted in a bench penalty being issued to the staff of Halton Hills. Coach obviously said a bit too much. Timeout will be called. I think we called the timeout. Or maybe they did. So there is the inherent danger when you're fighting on the bench for your team. They said a little bit too much, pushed it, and no doubt the referee gave him a warning and he pushed it and ended up getting himself a bench minor. So now they put themselves in a little bit of a trickier situation. So we'll end up with a penalty in a power play situation. Face-off will be down and to the left of the Oakville goaltender. Coaches will have their power play unit set and ready to go. But they can't make changes to this lineup right now. So we'll probably look to get a quick change right away here. And the puck rolled over the dasher and into the Halton bench. Puck comes up to the blue line. Little fires it in. Oh, off the post. Chotar will backhand it around the back of the net. Kenty will go into the corner alone. He'll hang on to it. He'll go high slot for Little. Point shot. Squirts wide. Kenty will catch up to it again. He'll hang on to it. Bottom of the circle. Quick shot. And he takes the shot from the short side. The problem there sometimes is that when you miss that shot, it does that. It'll hit the round of the glass and come all the way back. Now we got to get up the ice in a hurry. Didn't get out cleanly. Kenty strips it of him though. He'll hang on to it. He'll fire that puck into the open corner. Harvey will come, high slot. Hilt. Little will push it back down in the corner. Harvey sitting there. He'll hang on to it, looking for an option. Center and pass. Into the end boards. Chotar drops it for Harvey. Center and pass. Ooh, hits the side of the net. Up tight. Chotar hangs on with it. Down below the goal line. Kenty back for Chotar. Chotar up to the blue line for Little. Little pushes over to the open boards. Quick shot towards the net. Loose puck. Halton will gather. They'll come up to the blue line. We have to take it out over the line, but Chotar will be there right away. And we're going to get some fresh legs on. Take your time, bud. Take your time. Let's get those legs out. Harvey cuts on the blue line, swings wide, quick shot, goes off a leg, in tight, down low. Halton's going to gather, 20 seconds remaining on the power play, but they're going to come back the other way on the skate. Quick shot, held by Schrenko. 14 seconds remaining on the penalty, 5:40 on the clock. Face-off will be down and to the right of Schrenko. Lambert will take the draw. Hiltz will gathers. He'll move it up to the blue line. It comes out. They have to tag. Hogeboom will catch up to it in the open corner. He'll backhand it off the window, but it doesn't get out of the zone cleanly. Hogeboom takes his guy out. He'll skate, and Lambert will skate it up in the middle. Lambert will take his time around the back of the net. He'll slide ahead for Hogeboom. Halton's really starting to forecheck quite a bit more heavily now. Getting that extra skater up high in the zone. Fissel down below the goal line. He'll keep the pressure on. Quick shot, just misses on the short side from Lambert. Lambert grabs the loose puck. He'll go deep in the corner with it. He'll hang on to it, trying to send it out front for Fissel, and he scores on the bouncing puck. Was that Rakowskis? Rakowskis with the Hattie. Rakowskis with the Hattie. Rakowskis with the Hattie and insurance at the 4:43 mark. The pass came out of the corner. It was high. He hit it on the bounce. Very good hand-eye. Sorry, I would have thrown my hat, but there's meshing. It would never make it to the ice. So what do you do? Down in the hash marks, Easton slides it out in the middle, trying to catch up for Stacy, but it's around the back of him. Offside is the call. 4:28. Now push, boys. Push. Push, 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 push. Do not relax on a 2-goal lead. You know they're going to pull their goalie. Anything can happen. Stay on your toes and fight for the next 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Down deep in the corner. Easton will gather around the back of the net. He's going to skate it up. He's got some room. Down the right-hand side. Quick shot in on net. Loose puck, rebound. Oh, puck goes up over the back of the net. Down in the corner. Down into the corner. Down around the back of the net. High up the window. It'll get out of the zone. Inachi will play it. He'll keep it in the feet. Fonacier in over the line. Stacey with the sharp angle shot. Goaltender holds on to it, and we'll get a face-off down low. 3:38 remaining. Well, I would say this is an appropriate time to tell you that this next minute, 3 minutes and 38 seconds of chaos are brought to you by Tim Hortons, because this is going to be an absolute something show. You know they're going to want to get their goalie out of the net, and they're going to want to try and push the envelope. They're going to break away from the game plan and go right into panic mode here now, because the season is on the line for both teams, and we've got the edge. And right now, they're not happy about it. And the harder we push, the more desperate they're going to get. So stay composed. Oh! 2.
That's 2!
Player went in. There's blood on the ice. Turn the camera away. I think he So there's a boarding call in there against Harvey. As he went in, he ate it in the dasher pretty good. So I'm sure there's at least a fat lip or something going on in there. So he's getting looked at right away. And then as Kenty turned in, Kenty got run into the boards pretty hard as well, which could have been its own penalty in and of its own self. So a lot going on here. Harvey is on his knees, which is a good thing. But he got hit pretty hard there. Both of our trainers, one on the ice, one outside the glass, are taking a look at him. He took his helmet off. He seems to be okay. Oh, I apologize. That was not blood. He wears a red mouth guard. I thought he spat blood. I'm much happier with that. Way to get up, Harvey. Love you, bud. Well, so that puts... Now, I was just saying what the most important thing about these next few minutes is composure, and Halton lost their composure. Now, what's going on with the penalty? Hang on.
I don't know. I think it's trying to put 5 minutes.
It might be a major. Hang on. They put up, it is a 5-minute major. They're shorthanded. The rest of this game will be played shorthanded because a major will be played out regardless of the scoring. So, Policelli goes D to D, across the top of the net, loose puck, rebound, swept away, up to the blue line. Policelli at the blue line, puck bounces off his stick. Down tight, in low, in on net, Schrenkel will hang on to it, 2:47. Now, I can tell you that right now, Halton is down there running their mouth. And the biggest thing that we need to do right now is not take the bait. Do not take the bait for anything. Okay? Now, I think Lambert just picked up a penalty, and we need to stay composed here. Halton is getting desperate. They will do and say anything at this point, and if you take the bait, you end up in the box. And that's what happened there. I didn't see it specifically, but in one form or another. So, we have to be smart now. A lot of open ice to be played, and that clock is getting real short. Kick back down in the zone. Fissel will keep it tight in the corner. Rakowskis in tight, quick shot, short side. Goaltender will hang on to it. 2:22 remaining. Faceoff is going to be down in the zone. Fonacier is going to take it. Halton will go down below the goal line. Fonacier does a good job of breaking up the play, comes away with the puck, puts a hook on. He'll keep it down below. Gets into his feet. He'll sweep it back the other side. It's tight. Hilty catches up to it, keeps it in his feet, does a good job of holding the line. Push down in the zone, inside of 2 minutes remaining now. Halton down the right-hand side. Puck is in on net, and we will hang on to it deep in our territory. So this is a real tricky spot now because Halton would have wanted to pull their goalie early on, but now in a shorthanded situation, the advantages of that start to slip away. Now it's still 4-on-4. They pull it, it's a 5-on-4, but that's not really what they were looking for. You wanted that sixth skater to really crowd that ice up. So they might not pull him the way they want. They might get deep into this. We'll see what they do. He didn't posture high in the zone. Rakowskis. I don't know what's going on. We got a player down in behind. Right off the face-off, Fonacier was hit, and I don't know, I'm assuming that might have been a cross-check. The way he's posturing, because he's covering himself up high. And I don't know, the play immediately turned and in behind. I'd like to see that. Was the player down when it happened? I don't know. I didn't see any, but I just looked back and he's there, but he's still in the face-off dot and he took the face-off. So I think it was related to that. I'm not going to speculate because I didn't see. But it's upper body, so that's all I can say, right? So we're sitting at 1:34 remaining. There's 47 seconds left to the penalty against Lambert. 3:28 on the major. 4-2 is the score. Right now we're in an injury timeout while Fanase is getting looked at down on the face-off dot left of Shrenko.
Someone's getting on the ice. Oh, someone's leaving.
So Harvey, off of the previous play when he went down. Oh. So what's interesting about, so Fanasier's to his feet. And he's going gingerly back towards the bench. Now, look. Halton is frustrated. I get that Halton is frustrated, but do not take the bait and do something stupid that results in a suspension here. Let the clock run out and let the clock take care of business here, okay? Just maintain your composure. Keep the puck in a safe space. You've got a 2-goal lead in a minute and a half, okay? And it's 4-on-4. There's a lot of space to work with. Play the open ice. Play the open ice. Minute and a half remaining. Puck is sent in deep. Fissel working the corner down low. Puck comes up high in the zone. Rakowskis fires it across. Up and in the neutral zone. You can see in every play now, Halton is making a run at somebody. Keep your head about you, keep your wits up as we roll into the last minute of play in this third period. Up into the neutral zone, puck slips through. Icing is waved, hit hard off the glass, tipped and into the bench with 42.2 seconds left. Our penalty has been served. It is now 5-on-4. They're going to start this face-off with their goalie pulled. What's that? Am I taking questions from the audience? Yeah, but they waived it. Yeah, but they're short-handed, so not for them, only for us. Lambert picks the puck up in the corner. Chipped off the boards, not out. Halton has it at the hash marks. Down in the inboards, Policelli pushes them back the other way. Centering pass out front, quick shot. Huge save by Shrenko as the boys are in the crease. Lots of pushing and shoving. Do not take the bait. Do not take the bait, bud. This is what I'm talking about. You know they're going to come in and try to mess with you and play the spoiler. Keep your composure. They don't play tomorrow. You got a whole series coming at you. Suspensions are huge right now. Play this smartly. Halton will be in the box again for a head contact. They are now serving another penalty. That will put the face-off down in their zone, and that will pull their goalie back out. Which is not what they wanted. Now it is 5-on-3 down in their end with 18 seconds left.
Go, boys, go!
Fissel is going to bring it to the boards and pin it up. Lambert out to the top of the slot. And he's just going to skate it out of the zone. Let the clock run out. Rangers win. Rangers couple of people that we're going to need to give some love and attention to, but that's okay. We got our number of days. Good job, boys. Good job. As the boys make their way off, let me know we're up. All right, so the only thing that you need to know now as we slide ahead is right here. We are now in semifinal number 2, and we are waiting on a dance partner, and it is going to come out of this game right here. And the that game starts, I think, in about a half an hour. Oh, sorry, we had a technical glitch. I'm going to back it up. The only thing you need to know is we are playing in semifinal number 2 right here. Our dance partner is coming out of quarterfinal number 3 between Milton and Guelph. If Milton wins, we play in Milton. If Guelph wins, we play at home. Shots in the third period were 11-7, total of 33-29. Thank you very much. So that game right there against Guelph is starting in about 15 minutes. We'll know by the time we have dinner what we're doing and where we're going. This will be played. Oh, sorry. This series will be a best 2 out of 3 series and will be played between the 16th and 21st. Until then, thank you very much. Daryl, thank you for putting everything together. When you have a minute, swing by our Instagram feed at Oakville Rangers U14A 2012_2025. Our Oakville feed, our YouTube feed at Oakville Rangers U14A. Daryl, thank you once again for putting this all together. We appreciate you. Thank you once again for tuning in to FSN, the home of your Oakville Rangers. We will see you in the semifinals. Enjoy the rest of your day.
The high slot, hangs on a quick shot, score! Onto the single melted player in tight, tries to deliver it in the middle, quick shot, rebound, score! Catch up to the top of the circle, quick shot, and score! From the high midboards, it's in on net, loose, on the left-hand side, quick shot in on net, and score! Rangers win! Rangers win! Rangers win!